Good evening, my dear friends. It is wonderful meeting you after a long gap, though I'm making it an effort that every 15 days I'm live and I talk to you. I'm really grateful that you people are giving us a great support. And the last video, it has just been about a week or 10 days. It's already crossed 10,000 views. Thank you so much for your love and affection. And from my side, I'll make sure that I do my best to guide you. I do my best to ensure that all your doubts pertaining to SSB are clarified. That's a promise. My dear friends, as I said, it's always a pleasure. So today I'm going to touch upon some very, very important topics. I know you all are aspirants of the armed forces. That's the career you have chosen. And let me tell you, most of you, particularly those who have the passion, who have the motivation, who have the commitment for this goal, and who have the faith in themselves, are bound to succeed in their endeavor. And I have no doubts about it. So keep your efforts on. You must always work focused towards your goal. But at the same time, I keep asking you, during my life classes particularly, if you have made a broad goal, but have you defined it, divided into short-term and mid-term goal? And also to achieve that goal, do you have a program or a plan of action? Do you have a routine? The kind of routine which will propel you towards achieving your goal, which will make sure that every day you take smaller steps towards your goal. But before that, let me tell you, you've got to be convinced. Some of you guys may have chosen armed forces as a career, but I find their motivation is just superficial. I hope you are not one of those. If you have chosen armed forces as your career, let me tell you, let me assure you, you have made the right choice. Now, my job is to correctly motivate you. Why I'm saying that? I'm saying with the facts and figures. Boys and girls, let me tell you, armed forces today is the most popular option for the youth. Why I'm saying this? It's simply because if you Google and see the Union Public Service Commission website, you see their annual reports. Today only you must Google it and you'll see for yourself. It is eye-opening. Can you believe it? What this report says? You can make out the most popular choice by two factors. The first factor is the number of applicants. Can you believe through UPSC, which are NDA and IMA only, which are UPSC other, because there are 19 type of entries in the armed forces, the remaining ones are direct. Some technical entry, some law entry, some education entry, some NCC entry. Okay, likewise, but through the UPSC, if you do the comparison, can you believe every year there are 18 to 20 lakh applicants for the armed forces? Whereas, which is the second popular, if you see the civil services, that is 9.5 to about 10 lakh. See the gap. You'll obviously understand most of the people do not know about it. Armed forces attracts the maximum number of youth today. And the second thing is applicant to post ratio. My dear friends, the applicant to post ratio in case of the armed forces is 850 and above. Whereas for civil services, it is 725 to around 750. See, in both these accounts, we are far ahead of the civil services. And mind you, one more thing. The number of people who are available to appear for an exam in case of civil services is 4 times higher than the armed forces, because you see their age limit 21 to virtually 37 for scheduled castes, 35 for OBCs, and 32 for others. See, the number of people available to appear in that exam is 4 times higher. Yet the applicants for the armed forces are far, far higher. So this you should remember. What a wonderful service you have opted for. Yes, I do agree. Unlike North, the South India, where presently I'm in Bangalore because I have visited Kerala, gone to the number of colleges, been to Andhra, been to number of colleges. Also in Karnataka, virtually, I don't think I would have left any major college. I've been either invited, I have gone and addressed the youth because that's a passion with me to motivate them for the armed forces. In the South, this awareness is lacking. That's why you'll find maximum armed forces officers are from the North. Okay? And in the South, gradually the awareness is spreading. People are not aware that armed forces is such an attractive service. They get surprised. And I keep telling them why they should opt for armed forces. Beside it being the most popular choice, look at this. They do not know that it's not that easy to get into the armed forces. By the way, it's the most difficult exam today. Can you believe it? Yes, I agree. As far as the written exam is concerned, it's the civil services which is the most popular, most difficult kind of exam, written exam. But the moment you combine it with the SSB, because our SSB is so tough, you guys know that the selection rate is 3.6%. If you combine it, oh my God, armed forces, NDA particularly becomes the toughest exam in the country, if you include the interview and the written together. Look at this. I have the figures in front of me. NDA, the final selection rate for a particular exam is 0.073%. Look at this. And IIT, it is 0.769%. Look at this. And the civil services is 0.33%. Undoubtedly, NDA becomes the toughest exam to crack. It is mainly because of the SSB. See this, our selection rate in the interview process of 5 days is just 3.6%. So that's the reason the SSB needs a complete preparation. That's the need for personality development. It takes a longer period of preparation. It can't happen that you brush up your knowledge and go to the SSB, get through. No. You have to think about it 6 months to 1 year before and plan for it. Bring those OLQs in yourself. Develop those qualities. Naturally become an army officer in your thinking, in your action, in your habits. And you'll find that cracking the SSB will not be that difficult as you guys think. And I'm here to make sure that your path is made simpler and easier. And I'm committed to that. Guys, at the same time, particularly the civil people do not know that it's the highest paid service. Can you believe it? The moment you become a lieutenant, you become in the 10th schedule. You see, the government of India's 1 to 10, you straight away jump to 10th schedule. And do you know what is your starting pay? You can check up your pay scale is in front of me. I will just tell you. Lieutenant, level 10, rupees 56,100, that is basic pay. This I'm talking, I have the figures of about a year and a half before, to 1,77,500. This is the straight from the official data. So the approximate pay which works out to 1,18,500. Can you believe? This is the pay you get. And tell me, my dear young friends, boys and girls, which corporate gives you this? Tell me, does Infosys can afford to give you this kind of pay? Or TCS? And that's the reason, as a commandant or a president, number of interviews I have taken of people who are migrating from the best of the companies to the armed forces. Because they are stagnant there, they are fed up of doing the same table job, 9 to 5. And they want some change in their life. They are fed up of looking at the computer. What a life armed forces offer you. And look at this. And I have interviewed people from TCS, Infosys, Accenture, I remember them. And how desperate now they are to come. They joined it as an elite youth. And the pay scale of 40 to 60,000. Whereas in armed forces, a young man of 21 years, when he gets a star on his shoulders, gets 1,18,500 pay. And the kind of facilities, oh my God. If you look at the facilities, it is, you will not believe it. Whether it is the housing, whether it is the transport, whether it is the posting all over the country and all over the world. Some of you get chance to go to the various countries. And your best of education facilities for your dependents, the hospitals, treatment, For you, the officer message, the CSD canteen, oh my God, your name, and you have it there. So what a wonderful, on top of that, you have the best lifestyle. Okay, yes, but because you are dedicated for the service of the nation, and the nation also ensure that you get the best. And also, let me tell you, it is the most respected service. Now, you have to just again Google it to believe it. You see any survey of any magazine or newspaper, you'll find that armed forces figure at the top, that it is the most respected service. And the number two is nowhere in competition. They are far below. In one of the survey, I am forgetting around 80, 85 were the army marks, and the second was in the 50s, and the third thereafter 40 and below. So truly, why it is so? The reason for it is truly dedicated to the national cause. The best and adventurous life. It's not a fixed routine. Best pay and perks, free medical housing and safety, opportunities see the country and the world, the best of pension, best facilities for dependents. Various reasons they have given. These were the main, most important reasons. The best is the best lifestyle, and the adventurous life gets the highest marks. Look at this. So you can only get that army. So get motivated for the armed forces. If you truly want it, you will develop knowledge for the armed forces. You will not be found wanting in the SSB, because it's my experience. The chap says, sir, I'm very dedicated and passionate about armed forces. And once I ask him the question, he is clueless. He doesn't know the difference between a platoon and a company, a battalion and a regiment, an armored corps or an RT. How the hell do I believe that he's dedicated or motivated for the armed forces? Can you believe there are guys who tell me, sir, I would like to join para regiment. When I ask him, okay, tell me two heroes of the para regiment who have got Ashoka Chakra, and he's found wanting to know that knowledge or fumbling in his answer. So he has got no clue. He wants to join Gurkhas. I just ask him, tell me any two chiefs of the Gurkhas, and he will have no idea. Okay, guys, I think I'm gone a little. I want to give you a lot of time for the questions, but I want to ask you some questions. Please make a note of it. You better see this video again. Do you have a broad action plan to ensure that you achieve your dream? Have you selected your short-term, mid-term, and mid-term goals? Because I'm repeating this so that this is the way to plan. Do you have a well-defined routine? How do you practice or train yourself for your shortcomings which you found in yourself? And also, do you read or enhance your knowledge by reading various books, magazines, etc.? Do you adhere to your routine strictly? Okay. And for that, you need a self-introspection. What is that? Today, when you go to sleep, please make sure that you sleep with the thought, tomorrow morning, I'm going to do self-introspection. What is it? It is knowing about yourself. They say knowing about yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Okay, so you better know yourself. And what are the steps for it? Knowing self, knowing about your behavior, your strengths and weaknesses, of course, overall your personality. Knowing about your shortcomings is the most important, and your strength, because this question will be asked you by the interviewing officer also. And also, what motivates you? Do you have the right kind of company or environment to crack your goal? Because you got to be in such a company which always motivates you, or who are also preparing for it. Do you have the required willpower and discipline? I harp on the self-introspection and discipline too much. And at the cost of repetition, perhaps in one of the video, perhaps I've covered it already. So self-analysis and meditation, this is how you can do your self-introspection tomorrow. Do a self-analysis, do a meditation. There are numerous techniques, the breathing technique. Concentrating on your breath is one of the very, very good technique. Know about it more. Diary writing. Every day you write your diary, write down your past regrets, your aspirations, what mistakes did you do, what are your strengths and weaknesses, and thereafter write it down, to begin with every week and then every day. And that's how you know yourself better. Watching your habits closely, watch yourself closely. Your regrets of the past are important. You know, that affects you, and that comes out in the interview also. Your aspirations and achievement, what do you want? Write down your goal, your midterm goal, your short-term goal. So that way you'll be able to do a self-analysis. And do you have a routine? Please ensure that. How do you get up? You are forced to get up, or you get up on your own? You are a self-starter, or you are a kickstart? Do you make your bed clean, keep your room surroundings clean yourself? Do you participate in household chorus? Do you exercise or go for a run every day? Okay. Do you read and train and practice? Do you look for an excuse or justify always? This is the biggest bloody problem. Don't you spend, I hope you don't spend too much of time in your social media. It is a crime to use the social media before 11 o'clock. Do your normal chorus and look at the social media only after 11 o'clock. Give it a fixed timing. Don't waste your time for God's sake in the social media at all. You want results or success without paying the price? There are no free lunches in life. You got to pay for everything, every success you want. You got to pay the price. The world is like that. Okay, without paying the price, forget about achieving. You are looking for a pill, you are looking for a shortcut. Stop doing that. There are no shortcuts to success. Let me tell you this. Okay, guys. And lastly, I will just repeat one line. Discipline is the key. The biggest stumbling block I have found between you and your goal is your lack of self-discipline. And you can gradually improve it. If you improve your self-discipline, your willpower will, of course, improve. Now, I'm open to the question. Please remember these words. These are the tips I wanted to give you. I can assure you, if you follow this, you will be much closer to your dream. Okay? And I'm there to always to help you out. And let me tell you, to help you out, we have a wonderful online. Number of you are already there in my online classes. Every month, twice, thrice we have. Now the next one, all the courses of our online courses are full. You guys know about it. And you got to book your seat well on time. It is every month, 2nd to 6th. Now the next one is due. You better enroll yourself, and at throwaway price, 2nd to 6th, 12 to 16, 22 to 26. That's our online SSB Classic 5 days class, 2 hours. I am there with you. Let me tell you, it is a must. It is our signature class. You'll find me in front of you for 2 hours, clearing all your doubts. What else do you want? And let me tell you, after that, you will realize that how much you know. Your 80% of virtually all coaching is finished, except a little bit part of practical in case you want to see the GTO. I cover the GTO also. 1 full day is dedicated to the GTO. And thereafter, I have 4 days of personality development course. Okay? It is always from 8th to 11th, 18th to 21st, and 28th to 31st. So please, these 2 courses are a must. On top of that, you can always opt for my interviews. As it is, I'm very busy these days. You got to again book your seat first. And because I take only 1 interview every day and 1 site test. So book yourself, register yourself early for your interview, which is complete postmortem of your personality and your site test. You'll know where you go wrong. Maximum people do not know what the hell are they doing. So you'll get a complete feedback. And of course, please tell others also, we have online written classes from 1st of May. You can opt for that also. Now I am open for the questions. Please go ahead. I would love to answer your questions. Okay, guys. The first thing, generally, you guys, I get most of the questions is on why the education background is so important. Why we in the SSB harp on your education background. Boys and girls, let me tell you this. Basically, SSB is a personality based test. We tend to ask everything about your past because we focus on your past, because you cannot suddenly change your personality. By knowing about your past, we can predict your future. The interviewing officer can predict your future. How have you done in the past? And suddenly, let me tell you, you can't change. Based on your past, the interviewing officer predicts your future. And his assessment will be this. Therefore, your marks, your academic career, background, etc., matters a lot. Now, low bandwidth one, what a name here, is saying how to ensure self-introspection is done correctly. Yes, that's the reason, if you do not know yourself, I had told you it is through the meditation you can do, you can do self-analysis, you can try, who doesn't know about his strengths and weaknesses, try and analyze your behavior. I told you diary writing. If you understand yourself, whether you are good in academics, whether you are poor in sports, whether your communication skills are good, your knowledge is okay or not, these are basic things. You got to write it down and thereafter work on it, and you can do it, let me tell you. Okay. uh yes, you can. If you want to come, Anu Sani is asking, yes, in the Bangalore we have three branches. The main branch is in Bangalore, one is in Uttarakhand, in Rudrapur, and the third one in Punjab. You are most welcome. Yes, I am available in Bangalore. Okay, yes, you are right. And Vikas Chaudhary says, sir, please recommend some books. Okay, what I will do, I will send you in this website only, you'll find 10 books, which I always recommend to all of my candidates. If you have talked to the reception person, anybody giving his phone number will give you a list of 10 books. And these 10 books which I recommend are personality development books. Okay, they are wonderful books to begin with. You can develop your reading habit uh, from there. Okay. Sir, what should Sandeep Dhaka is saying? Sir, what should we cover during answering the question? Why didn't made in the previous attempts? Yes, Sandeep Dhaka, I can make out you are a repeater. It is a common question with the repeaters. Let me tell you, the first question with the repeater, usually after that rapport building, the interviewing officer is going to ask you, why didn't you make it in the last attempt? We also want to know that how you have done the analysis of that, what reasons you find, where do you find you are lacking, and based on your shortcomings, which you were not able to do in the last attempt, how you are prepared this time. As simple as that. It is natural curiosity of ours, and it gives a very good picture of yourself. Okay, guys? Yeah. Oh my God, there are plenty of questions. And yes, Ankit Bora says, sir, my sports and extracurricular activities are not good. Can I clear? Yes, you can clear. Ankit, doesn't matter. Let me tell you this. Though there is a balance between your, say, education background, academics, and your sports is required. Okay? But remember, that you may not be good in your sports activities. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you, till the time you have participated in any outdoor, it could be adventure activities, it could be cycling, it could be trekking, because we love people who at least participate in the outdoor activities. So that's all we are. We don't want champions only, you know. So even if you are not very good in the outdoor sports, etc., Ankit, you have a very bright chance of making it. Please do not lose hope. And yes, keep yourself physically fit and adopt to one at least activity. It will help you, because we feel all the officer like qualities, at least most of them, can be learned outdoor. They are learned or practiced in the team, in the team spirit. Then you develop your leadership skills, you develop your team spirit. So numerous officer like qualities come up during the in the group games, outdoor games, etc. Yeah. Any other question? Okay, Dheeraj Chaudhary, Adarsh Sharma. Dheeraj Chaudhary says, are regrets considered negative? Yes, if you tell me, Dheeraj, I will simply ask you. You say, sir, I have regrets that I had been a drug addict and I left that, and such kind of things, because these are very big stigma on your personality. So that kind of thing, yes, I will say, ki, if you have left, forget about the past thereafter. So such kind of grave kind of regrets. You will say, ki, sir, I once, sort of fought somebody, injured somebody who's still immobilized or in hospital. Such kind of big issues, I will recommend, if you have done, you have had enough for it, I would rather say, until unless he pointedly ask about that, you better keep quiet about such regrets. If you have a smaller one, sir, I didn't pay attention in the 12th class, that's why my marks are low. Nothing wrong. Sir, I couldn't because the sports I neglected my studies. Nothing wrong. Such kind of regrets are perfectly fine. Okay? It should not be so big which affects your career, your character, particularly your character. Okay? Yeah. Yes, Abhishek Singh says, sir, how can I answer a question related to girlfriend? Good. And all related privacy question. Yes, very good question Abhishek has asked. This is most of the candidates here in my academy also ask me. Yes, girlfriend, they get confused what to say and what to not to say. Let me tell you, if you guys are honest, if you guys have a good girlfriend, your parents know, the girl's parents know why that you should be proud of it. You must reveal it out. But if you have a kind of friendship which you are not sure, which is not a commitment, let me tell you, I will recommend that. I will hardly call it a friendship. So you better keep quiet about it. We like committed relationships. If you have a committed relationship with somebody, you are a young man. There is nothing wrong at all. But we don't like that. Where you are hiding at the age of 24, 25, you are not telling your parents. Mean there is some guilt inside you. We don't like such kind of. We don't recommend such kind of. Appreciate rather such kind of relationships. Okay. And there are guys. I asked one chap, "Do you have a girlfriend?" He said, "Yes, sir. I have two." We don't like such also. Why two? Sir, in the previous one, I'm about to break off. And that's the reason I have now a second one. Have you told the previous one? No, sir. When the time comes, when I'm sure about the second one, I will tell. Look, what will you say about such people? So such kind of relationship should not be there. If you are committed, good. Honest in your relationship, why not to tell? Okay. Now, Nutan Sindolkar says, sir, after completing my engineering, I'm looking up my dad business and taking it ahead. Good. Other than doing job, so will it be a negative point? Not at all, Nutan Sindolkar. You can write down how much your father is giving you, how much that's your pay. Participating in a family business is a good sense of responsibility. You are helping him out. Why do you take it as a negative point? I am taking it as a very positive point. If you are doing well, if you are sincerely working well, how better it can be. It's a positive, strong point. Why the hell are you thinking it is a negative point? If you think it is a negative point, it will emerge as a negative point. That's the problem. I don't know, you guys have some guilt feeling. Write down your pay, 20, 30,000, whatever your father is giving you, oblique earmarking for you, you can do that. Okay. Isra Trip. Oh, what a name, yeah. Isra Trip. Isra Trip says, sir, my academic background is very average and I changed my education field from science to commerce after 12th. Will this affect in SSB? Not at all, Isra Trip, not at all. Your education background can't be poorer than me. Can you believe I was 63% in 10th, 56% in 12th, and 45% in BA? You can't be lower than that. Okay? Nobody can compare with my percentage. Yes, but I was extremely good in the outdoor sports. I was good in athletics. I was a football captain of the college. I was NCC senior and officer. You can always compensate. Let me tell you this. If you do not, you are better there. So this combination will always work wonders. You may be good in debating. You may have participated in some other extracurricular activities. Okay, guys. So now Sahil Vyas says, sir, I am having a tattoo on my back. If I remove, yes, tattoos at certain places which is visible is allowed. Okay. For it, where is it? If you can send me a photograph of that, I will ask my expert, because we have a doctor in our panel here. Okay. In our SSB, this is the only academy which has got a doctor also, Dr. Saddam. So send that and we will tell you. But there are ways and means to remove the tattoo. Okay. But we allow it once it is visible in your hand or something. So we allow. But certain places we don't allow that tattoo. There is a problem of that. You better, if you can take action to remove it. And all those who are future aspirants, please avoid this tattoo. You can spread this education, because armed forces are not really okay with it. Okay. Okay. Now Sahil Walekar says, if answer the armed force is the only goal, I don't have backup plan, only armed force, is this effect that I don't have plan B? My dear friends, let me tell you, even in the armed forces, we have a plan B. If you attack from the front, we have a plan B to attack from the rear or from the left flank or the right flank. So it is always good to have a plan B. I had a plan B to become a teacher. Okay. Look, God's grace, I'm a teacher now. So you got to have a plan B, because there may be, he will say, suppose medically you get unfit and you get selected. What do you do? Nothing wrong. Sir, if I don't get selected in the armed forces, I will try all my chances. But still, if I'm not able to make it, I'm sure that I'm going to become a lawyer, or I'm going to become a teacher, I'm going to become a scientist, artist, whatever you would like to become. Have a backup plan, okay? You can't put all your eggs in one basket, okay, guys? Okay. Guys, one last question I'm going to take, because the time is going to be up. And Ashish Soni says, sir, I don't have any hobby. Does it give a negative impact? My dear friends, let me tell you, if you have been an outdoor sports type, if you have football, cricket, or some other games to your credit, you don't have to bother. And what are hobbies? Yeah, hobbies are simple. You guys get too confused about the hobbies. If you are reading is a hobby. If you watch a particular YouTube video, that is this thing. If you listen to a particular music, that's a hobby. Hobbies are not something where you have to struggle. What you love to do in your spare time. Okay, guys? So it is so simple. And give me a suggestion, because the time is scheduled for 30 minutes. I have already crossed that. It is going to be 32 minutes. Let me repeat. Meet me from 2nd onwards. I'll be live for 2 hours with you, answering each and every question of yours. That's my signature course. And let me tell you, you will not get this course. It's a compulsory if you want to join the armed forces. There is no escape from it. I know it for your own good. And second is the personality development course, which you will see me from 8th onwards. Okay, please opt for that. And can you believe, because of the large number of students we are getting, it's at throwaway price. And that's the reason, because my aim is to reach out to the maximum youth. And that's the reason I appeal to all of you. Each one motivate 5, so that together we fill up those 9,500 vacancies which are there alone in the army. There is no depth. There is no competition, frankly speaking. As far as the boys are concerned, there are so many vacancies. For girls, there is some competition. For boys, there is no competition at all. More young guys come, we are ready to select more. Particularly, there are huge number of seats vacant in the ACC, in the SU. Okay, guys, come forward. I'm there to guide you. Let's meet on 2nd. Let's meet on the dates which I told you. Let's get connected. Be part of our WhatsApp group. Thank you. What a pleasure it was to meet all of you. Thank you and bye-bye.